Take!
Hey, we did all that for Dano.
So we're having that car show this Saturday, December 2nd, from noon to 4 at the Four Sons of basically locked in.
What time should they get?
So for as far as you guys that I've personally talked to, I have you guys mapped and a spot saved. But with that being said, I need everybody there by around like 10 o'clock. 10:30, 11:30. We're gonna actually close the whole lot and start the show. Come noon. So weather's looking good. Everything's ready to rock and roll. So I look forward to supporting the community and having a really cool.
I will say this:
event.
it's one of the first shows, other than the biggies like Cruise Break Here stuff, and that's here at Huntington Beach. It's actually interactive. I mean, we got demonstration. I'm going to be doing a car care demonstration. He's got all kinds of.
Yeah, Christy Modes is going to do a photo shoot. Chris West is going to be doing his little detailing thing. Mel will be doing a detailed demonstration. We have Johnny Martinez from Wicked Lions going to be striping. Von Hot Rod's going to be there. We got Santa.
Auction.
Obviously we got auction, raffles, a lot of really good stuff. Devin will be there doing this little thing. So anybody, I have a couple people I talked to that wanted to get his car done and stuff. But a lot of really cool stuff. It's you're not going to just sit there doing nothing. It'll probably be done by 3:30, 3:45. Lots of awards and just really cool stuff. So we want to do a big cruise afterwards.
I'm gonna talk to everybody. I'm gonna work on that.
So I'm gonna have you actually do that, and we're gonna organize it. But I'm gonna have the top 8 cars, which you're with them. Alan, there's actually a lot of club cars are actually in there. Ernie's. Everybody's gonna go do our thing, and then the top 8 guys are gonna be the ones that go through and lead the whole pack. We should have probably a really cool turnout with some really cool hot rods. So
And we're gonna do 2 passes too.
if you want to do 2,
let's do 2 passes just like a Wednesday night.
So,
All right.
Dano Live is going to be there.
The following weekend,
Right.
Saturday, from 9 to 2, we have the do-it-yourself class. We have plenty of spots open. Trust me, it's going to be an amazing day.
That's the 9th.
That's the 9th. It's going to be an amazing day of fix it, clean it, make it look good. I mean, these guys who are going to be, Brian's involved, J&S Gear's involved, Hector's involved. We got a painter coming in to talk about what it takes to paint a car. You're going to learn a tremendous amount of valuable information. Be here. It's $50. What does it cost to go to school, go to college and learn an education? In one day, vocational type training, you're going to learn a lot of stuff about how to get your car looking good, how to keep it looking good. If down the road you want to rebuild the car, you're going to get a lot of good information that's going to help you in future. And so pay your $50, be a part of this thing because it's something you're
I'd like to say something. I went to Mel's little class you had a few months back on the detailing and stuff. And it was super cool. The stuff that I really thought it's paint, you just clean it and it's not so it was really, and it's something that me personally, I'll pass that down to my kids and and just I use it, and it was the best.
Now they wash the cars.
Now they wash the cars. Yeah, they wash the cars.
So on another note, we have a new sponsor that's come on board. I've known Ruben for since 2010.
Oh, no.
We worked together at another company, and he is doing some car care stuff for a big company in El Segundo, or was it El Segundo?
No. Parson,
Inglewood.
Inglewood.
Yes, Inglewood. Anyway, he's a graphic artist, and we restruck up our conversations. I asked him for some information, and he's come on board. He's now our graphic artist, and he does all of our printing. He's the man behind the printing of this calendar. He really did a great job. I want to introduce him as our new sponsor. Just have him kind of introduce himself. He's going to tell you a little bit about who he is, what he does, from business cards to brochures. He's the man. Go ahead.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? I'm Ruben, and he pretty much said it all. So I do any type of graphics from concept. He give me just kind of an idea. I can take it from there. And any type of printing material, any type of printing product, marketing. I can do banners, T-shirts, and basically everything that falls under the printing graphics umbrella. So hit me up if you need any help, and then I'll have some business cards here next week. So that's where we're at.
One of the things that you guys, a lot of you are business owners, a lot of you do things on the side, a lot of you don't even know if you make, if you have a beautiful car and people like it and they want to see more of it, a good idea is to make a box of business cards with a picture of your card on it, your phone number, and say, hey, anytime you want to ask me questions, here's my card. And you have them with you in your car. It's a cool idea. I know a lot of big time hot rodders that do that. How many times have you had people walk up and go, wow, man, how do I do this? Here's my card. And you got a nice little card. Cheap way to advertise yourself. All of a sudden you got hundreds of those floating around. People are like, cool, man, nice idea. Another thing that Ruben does, a lot of us display our cars. We want a display board. You can make a badass display board to talk and brag about your vehicle when you set that thing right next to your car. It's awesome. So there's a lot of things. When you think of graphics, take the blinders off. Think, what can I do to make a difference on my car? What can I do to make a difference in my business? You know, as a business owner, I can tell you there's a huge struggle in the business world to win business. It's very, very tough to win what we call market share. It's not an easy thing to do. Your printed collateral program it's like a key segment of the success or failure of your business. If you don't have it, and if it's not working for you, whatever you currently have is not working for you, Ruben's the kind of guy, he's taken a company, the one that we were with, they went from 0 to hero. I mean, literally, they went from a couple $100,000 a year. They're doing right now $30 million a year. He played a massive role in the printed collateral program. All their labeling on every bottle they made, all their packaging. He did it, every bit of their graphics, and now they're probably one of the biggest car care companies in the world.
I'm not making it 30 million.
Yeah, they made all the money. So, anyways, give them a big hand. Join on board. Love you, Mike, right here. Very cool family, good guy. He came and spent the day today, watched me doing shit. Car of the month, member of the month. This is a cool thing. Some of you have been asking, what is this calendar and how does this calendar work? So every month we pick car of the month, and whether you win car of the year or not doesn't matter. If you're car of the month, at the end of the year, you're in the calendar. So that's a pretty nice gift. It's a pretty cool thing to do. Next year, we're going to have this printed somewhere around the August time frame, and this thing is going to go global because we have success with this. It's, you know, the city wants it. I'm going to be dropping off some more to the city. I mean, they're getting pretty excited about this kind of thing. This is really cool information. And, you know, it's not, maybe your car's not in this, but your friend's car is. Purchase it because, number one, we need to pay for the damn calendars and pay for Ruben. So. But number two is this circulates and it creates membership. It creates a bigger, stronger, more powerful foundation for us to continue to build on. That's what this stands for. It's not just about whose car is in this. It's about our organization and who we are as a group. It's an amazing opportunity. Every year we're going to use a different photographer. And this year coming up, it's going to be Heather. She's an amazing photographer, and she's going to put her ideas in her scoop. So we'll see a completely different calendar, but the same Cars and Cruise logo. It's going to be amazing. We have a member of the month, and that's very important. To me, what this organization stands for is it means something. And there's guys in this room that have told me we've changed their life. One of them is Brian and his dad. Jacob has told me the same thing. Greg has told me the same thing. Gary has told me a lot about what he feels about Kent Fulmer on board. I mean, this organization started as a basic little thing, but now it's so powerful. The friendships that we've created. How many people did you really know just 2 years ago when you went to a car show compared to what you know now? You got your friends with you now. We go to a car show, we're going to Jacob's. We got, what, 30, 40 spots. We're all going to be together. Yeah, we're all friends now. We got some good friendships going. This is pretty powerful stuff. And it's really cool to be able to have that. In order for that to take place, we want to recognize the guys and gals who step way over and above with participation. Tonight, this guy, you know, through thick or thin, no matter what, broken down car, you know, not working, doesn't matter. He's here every friggin' Wednesday. Give a big hand to Mike Holland. Whoa! You're very welcome. We'll just get a shot here with Daniel.
Let's do it.
Got it?
All right.
Go ahead, Mike. Say a few things.
Well, like.
All right, good.
Like Mel said. Shut up, Mel.
I'm trying to speak. Hey, like Mel said, you know, it's the people who make up the car club, and as most of you know, I've been struggling with building an engine and needed help here and there, and every time I went to anyone here and asked them for help or opinion or what I should do, they were more than happy to help me. So I appreciate that, and thank you all, and thank you.
Very cool. There you go, Mike. How about that?
About 30 seconds about the club involvement with the nuclear thing last week.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of interesting. That's a very good point. In fact, I think
It's kind of over.
I think
It's
I'm
amazing. It's
You know,
amazing.
this past weekend, I'm a surfer. Grew up surfing. Been surfing since I was 6 years old, and I'll never stop. Okay, and the ocean means a lot to me. In fact, it's one of the driving forces of me starting the Waterless program the way I did and pushing into it so hard. Because think about this: out of a spigot on your driveway, 3.5 gallons a minute come out of that hose. So when you're washing your car, that's a lot of water, and most of that water hits the car. How much of that water do you think stays on the car, and how much goes on the ground, down into the gutter, into the storm drain, and out to the ocean? Most of it. 90%, 99% of it does that. We have discovered that you don't need to use a bucket and a sponge and that much water. Just so you know, since 2002, we have saved the United States of America millions of gallons of water with Mel Craig and this Waterless program. Now, a lot of people have come on board, and they're all on board the Waterless kick, but I'm going back to 1996 all the way to 2002, when I was literally almost blackballed out of the industry because my name was so big that I was training, and people were starting to go, hey, Mel's right, Mel's teaching me this, I'm going to do it. And so other professionals were coming on board, that jerk, he's teaching people how to scratch cars. Well, we've learned that's not the truth. Done correctly, it's an amazing alternative to the traditional bucket wash. I'm not saying don't bucket wash your car. If that's what you want to do, more power to you. I'm just giving you some alternatives, and I'm giving you a great way to help protect the environment and stuff. Well, we have recently discovered San Onofre and Edison have teamed up, and they're about ready to load into a very thin concrete bunker what do you call it?
Remains.
What is it?
Nuclear waste.
No, forget the cat. What's going in it?
It's spent fuel. It's all spent fuel that's in San
And it's going to be buried in the ocean.
40 years of it.
Yeah, underneath the sand, right offshore. Now, what we've learned, and we had a protest this weekend over that. We were on the pier. It was pretty cool. What we've learned through Don Ramsey and Rock and Fig, and this gentleman right here really. No, go ahead. Tell them what you, and keep it short because we want to keep going.
I'll keep it real short, but in the news media there was nothing. And Mel's email, I read it, and I had to read it 3 times because I couldn't believe what it said. And it was talking about, you know, the spent fuel out of San Onofre. There's over 4,000 of these uranium control rods that are all spent, and they haven't been getting rid of it for the last 40 years. They've just been storing it in borated water. Now they want to get rid of it, and they want to put it in the tidal zone in a cask that's going to deteriorate, and they're going to bury it right by the ocean. We haven't done that around this country ever. It goes out to Nevada, and they bury it in a mountain. So it was really an impact. I knew nothing about it. I saw the email through the car club, which was amazing, and I stopped over there. And I used to work at Zion Nuclear Plant in Illinois as an NRO in my younger days. But I could not believe what they're doing and the reasons why. And Dana Rohrbacher was out there, our 43rd district representative. He was completely almost unaware of the corporate fiasco. And we all talked about it, and I listened to everybody out there, and I still can't believe it. It just goes against everything I've ever seen in my career and what I've heard. It's just
unheard of.
Who approved it?
Who approved that?
Trust me, it's a legal issue that's we're losing right now. But
yeah, it's pretty deep into the corporate world and to the politicians that are involved there. But it's all the spent fuel from that plant, that boiling water reactor. It's all the spent fuel that they've used for the last 40 years. And it's hot as a firecracker.
And where are they going to put it?
We used to put that stuff in a cask in a wide load, send it to Nevada, and they bury it down in the mountain. That's bad enough. They want to put it in the tidal zone, out on the beach, in the sand, the cask with all that hot stuff.
Concrete cast. They're gonna put it in there and then bury it 100 feet down.
And it's like, who
And
cares?
it's
25 years later.
5/8 of an inch thick concrete.
That's about the 10% worth.
It's no good. It's just I can't even believe what they're even doing. And I don't want to spend a lot of time on it, but I was in shock over there.
We had a good turnout. It was great. All right, car of the month. Kind of interesting. We're always looking for something different, something unique, and something challenging. And another couple that keeps coming. They never stop. They're new to the club. They haven't, been around for all that long, but it's great to have them on board. And I don't know what to say other than when we see people that keep coming, bringing their cars each and every week, and it's a nice looking car, and they really have pride in their car. It's not always the perfect car. It's about the story and the people driving it that helped me make this decision. Help a couple of us that decide on this. And this month's car of the month goes to Chad. You gotta redo your thing so she can put your name right there. Congratulations. The no guy. The no guy. Got it? Say a few words, Chad.
Congratulations.
Well, I come here on a whim, and I've met a lot of nice people. I'm glad to be here. And I really appreciate this. Thank you.
All right.
All right, you guys, it's cruise night.
Congratulations. There you have it. Another edition Cars and Cruise News Update. I'm Daniel reporting live here at the HB Detailing Pros. And we are going to cruise. We're out.